What's good, Outlaws? It's your boy, the Truth 777. Let's get to it. I'm about to ramble. I'm about to ramble. I'm about to ramble. State of Play was a 4 out of 10. Straight to the point. I'm going to start off with the big reveal, supposedly. And that is Ghost of Tsushima 2, or Yotai, or Yoti. I can't remember just yet. And I just spent 4 hours on a podcast with Porter Rock and the boys for his 300 episode achievement. And it was amazing. It was fun. It was funny. Shout out to Everborn. Shout out to Emmanuel, who I refer to as E. Shout out to Craig, the tech guy. Shout out to J Dub. Shout out to Jabari. Shout out to King. And I apologize to the other two. They've been on the show more than me, but I haven't had that much interaction with them. Ramon, I think it is. Ramon, and then the one that was on the end. I cannot remember. I apologize to you, good sir. Okay. He's the doctor. Okay. Now, regardless of that being said, there was a lot said on that podcast, but I didn't get to speak on the things I wanted to speak on that much. So I'll start off with Ghost of Tsushima 2, i.e., or Ghost of Yotai. And I don't care about the women. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. My name is Clint. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax. But I do care in the fact that, wow, I know it's going to be an amazing game. I am tired of these PlayStation 4 upgraded games. I don't want to hear we're in a place of diminishing returns. Shut the up, please. We are not even close. Death Stranding is going to show you a level that we can get to, and people are going to feel stupid for saying we are at a place of diminishing returns. Or they're going to try to hold to that because they want to be right, and those people can kick rocks. Real talk, Ghost of Tsushima looks good, but it doesn't look that much better than the PlayStation 4. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Rock with me. It looks good and it does look better, but it don't look exponentially better. I'm going to be honest with you. Horizon Forbidden West and Burning Shores still is the best looking PlayStation 5 game. And that ain't even a PlayStation 5 game. I guarantee you Ghost of Tsushima 2 or Ghost of Yotai or Ghost 2 is going to be a PlayStation 5 only. And there should be no reason it's lagging behind Horizon or anything of that nature. Even Spider-Man. I get the vistas looked amazing. What they were showing, I guarantee you that's like a you can go there. And that's what a lot of these games are doing. You can go there. These vistas are huge and vast and they're beautiful. Cool. These character models in these games got to catch up. And don't tell me they can't. Death Stranding is showing me that they can. Horizon is showing me that they can. I guarantee you if we get a Horizon 3 before the generation is over, which is most likely unlikely, but just in case we do and we get one at the end of this generation, that shit's going to look way exponentially better than Horizon Burning Shores, which looked better than Horizon Forbidden West. And had more mechanics, the flying on the bird, all that stuff added, like the things they really wanted added, because that's the PlayStation. That's what they could have did if it was just the PlayStation 5 version. That should have been in the regular game, but they couldn't put it in the regular game because they had to still amend to the PlayStation 4. That's what I'm saying. That was a PlayStation 4 game, and it still looked exponentially better than the first one. Was it like 100% leap? Fuck no. Okay, I got it. But you could see the difference. The environment, the vistas was amazing. The environment was amazing, but the character models also kept up. The animations kept up. Sucker Punch, please tell me that was like an alpha build that y'all just put out because whatever. And I believe in y'all. So I believe that if it does come out next year, it's going to look a lot better than what it does. Because if it doesn't, I'm gonna play and enjoy the game. I'm gonna buy it day one, and I'm gonna be fine. But I'm gonna definitely be like, this game better not be no goddamn nines. I mean, you can get that on gameplay alone, but graphically, it's not good enough. Give it a good 8, a high 8. So yes, the game that was supposed to like hit me with the wow factor failed on its face miserably for me. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people that agree with me that's going to be honest and say this graphically isn't that impressive. Does it look better? Yes. The cinematics, when you watch it in 4K, a lot better. You know what I'm saying? But no, them animations, when they were showing the combat, I was like, oh man, like the animations ain't better. Like even Horizon's animations a little bit better. Not by much, but it's better. So I don't know. I don't know what else. I just sitting here thinking, and I'm going, man, I don't know what to do because you're going to get the hate from the female, and then you took all day, and this is what you got, and that's just not enough. It's not. I'm sorry, it's not enough. So I believe in you, sucker punch. We're gonna have to, hey man, you're gonna have to do a lot better. So yeah, man, like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna do that from time to time. Just you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, that drink sucks. It sucks. It sucks. I don't want to hear weird dog. Can't nobody tell me. I'm talking about nobody. Tell me even the developers. If the developers told me they lying, dead serious, or just extremely serious about that. I'm trying to watch my words. Stop saying dead stuff, right? I'm so sincere, right? I'm so sincere. Like they can't tell me they can't do better graphically with that game. I don't care if you made the world 3 times bigger. I don't need a 3 times bigger world, man. Make that drink look immaculate and give me a good size world, the same size world the first one. That's good enough. Or maybe even a little bit smaller. The little DLC island drink was just A-okay. But them character models was so far behind. When I saw them horses running, I was like, ooh, that kind of looked like a downgrade. Now I feel like this is an alpha. That don't mean that they can't get it out in a year. So all those people that's going, oh, this ain't coming out next year, yo. So it might not. But Sony is doing a phenomenal job at the 6 to 18 months time frames. Rock with me. Watch this. I told you this before. Sony is doing 6 to 18 months. And then within 5 games, there's usually like 2 games that are going to come out somewhere between 6 months to 24 months later. I.e. Spider-Man was announced in 2021, did not come out till 2023. God of War was announced a year before that, 2020 if I'm not mistaken, and did not come out until 2021. They got pushed back. But Horizon Forbidden West only got pushed back like 6 months. If I'm not mistaken, 6-8 months. It wasn't a full year. God of War and Spider-Man were like a 2-year pushback. Yeah, like a 2-year pushback. You know what I mean? And that's fine. That's fine. But Sony has, on the other part, has been pretty good. Ratchet and Clank came out shortly after it was announced. It was like 6 months after it was announced. Returnal came out like 6 months after it was announced. Gran Turismo came out on time. Yeah, Gran Turismo came out on time. It was Horizon that got pushed back near Gran Turismo. That was supposed to be like the holiday game, I'm pretty sure, but it got pushed back before or after Gran Turismo. I can't remember. I think it was before. And then you turn back around and you got God of War 2 years late, and then you got Spider-Man 2 years late, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm saying they're being consistent. Astrobot came out in 3 months. Concord came out in like a year. Exactly the year they said. Whether you like it, don't like it, we know it's the biggest joke. So Sony is going to be good at having a game that gets delayed a year or two. We'll say like that, right? 6 months to 24 months, right? And then Sony's going to have like 3 or 4 games that you ain't going to never hear from again for a while. Pragmata, where's that? Little Devil Inside, where is that? Lost Soul Aside has been shown a billion times. Where is that? You see what I'm saying? So they're going to do that. But for the most part, almost everything in that show is going to hit that 3 to 18 months marker. I'm pretty sure if Ghost doesn't get better graphically, that game is coming out next year and it's going to look like that. And I'm going to be highly disappointed while having the most fun playing it. That's how spoiled I am. I'm going to be frowning and laughing and smiling all at the same time. Man, that's some bullshit. Look at this bullshit. This don't even look better. Animation still jaw like clunky and shit. Like this some bullshit. Yo, that shit was kind of dope though. You see how I kind of like whap whap whap. You know what I'm saying? It up. Oh shit! Like look how I did this combination. Okay, okay. Oh, this story kind of fire, yo. But damn, man, look at this shit, dog. I promise you, because that's how I looked at the trailer. I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely Ghost. Heard him talking. I'm like, oh, this is definitely Ghost. But then I seen the guy, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. And I saw her; she looked a lot better than the guy, and I was like, okay, still not cool. Something's off, but she definitely looks a lot better. And then I saw them horses running. I said, oh, this is a downgrade. First thing out my mouth, dead serious. I was like, this is a downgrade for sure. Like, what the you know what I'm saying? Then they showed the house with the samurais in it, her coming through the light, and I was like, oh god, that just looked like the PlayStation 4 version. Then they showed the wolf and her standing on the mountain. I was like, oh, that looks like the PlayStation 5 version. The game was all over the place for me. But at the end of the day, most of the little gameplay sequences where they showed the character models and the animations of her fighting with the sword, I was like, ooh, it does not feel like they're either they are not ready and they did just jump the gun on it, or this is just what the game is and I got to deal with it. Moving on, okay? Because I'm not going to harp on that. I told you, I got some rants. The show did not have much for me. I know a lot of people like a lot of stuff that was shown. I ain't one of them. Okay, I'm gonna make this very clear. As a PlayStation fan myself, okay, I am not a Sony first party PlayStation fan first. My loyalty when it comes to gaming, and my number one thing in gaming is 1A and 1B. 1A is Japanese turn-based RPGs slash RPGs. American turn-based RPGs slash RPGs, i.e., Final Fantasy Tactics, Symphony of the Night, Symphony of the Nights, Castlevania. I consider that in the RPG realm. It's not an RPG, but it's there. Like I kind of consider that one, right? It's an action, right? Star Ocean is an action RPG, but it's still an RPG, right? They have to have like a specific element. So I ain't talking about God of War and all these games that have RPG elements. I'm talking about more so they're RPGs. I consider Diablo an action RPG, isometric action RPG looter. I think American. It's the Divinity Original Sin, Mutant something with the duck and the pig, XCOM. Okay, like I said, Final Fantasy Tactics, Disgaea, XCOM, Marvel Midnight Suns. Okay, not American. Let's say Eastern and Western. Okay, because it doesn't have to be from Japan. It could be a Western RPG. I mean, Eastern RPG, turn-based. Western RPG or turn-based. That is what I am the most loyal to. That is the most important games to me, period. Sea of Stars, like I said, Marvel Midnight Suns, all those things. What else did I played? Lost Odyssey, like RPGs. So having Lunar, a remake, going to buy it day one. Super excited. Love the soundtrack. Used to have the complete edition that came with a music CD and like the little anime video. Okay. As far as oh, and then of course what's really also important to me, my number two, right? Could be really 1C, but it's my number two. Sports games. When I say sports games, when I mean sports games, I mean everything, right? So I mean like sim racers, arcade racers, football, basketball, hockey, freaking lacrosse, extreme sports, snowboarding, space racers, futuristic racers, fighting games like Battle Arena, Toshinden, Tekken, Bloody Roar, Street Fighter, SNK, all that nonsense, as well as WWE, wrestling, things of that nature. That's what I mean when I say sports. Those are direly important to me because when you play a heavy 100-hour story based game, I want to play something that I can get straight into and just have fun and be able to go about my way so I can get on with my life. That's the one and two. Everything else follows. Okay, so it would be like third person action over the shoulder story based games, right? Then it would be probably like point and click, then puzzles and strategy games. So like I'll play word search on my PlayStation. I do word searches in the real book, but I'll do word search on my PlayStation too. I'll do puzzles in real life and puzzles in the game. Like I don't care. So puzzles, strategy games, arcadey games, like beat 'em ups and things like that, and then shooters and whatever genres I'm forgetting after that, and this is all in between. But those are like the primary games I play. Shooters being the least favorite, but I play them. You know what I'm saying? I don't play a lot of them. They're the least favorite out of the things I named. So with that being the case, there were no RPGs. They got the Neo game, but I saw that on the Nintendo drink, right? And I was already like, I was gonna buy it on Nintendo because it looked like a Nintendo game. Why? Because it's a cell phone game. For those don't know, it came out on the cell phone a long time ago. Just like how people were slicing Vampire Survivors. Now I've been playing this game for like a year on my cell phone for free. I got Vampire Survivors legitimately on my cell phone for free. Maybe it was supposed to be paid for. I don't know, but I got it out of the Google Play Store for free. So it wasn't that new. And it's not that I'm saying that it should be worth $5 on the PlayStation. Cool, whatever, do whatever. On the Xbox, whatever. Game Pass, I don't care. It's a good game. It's a really good game, right? But at the end of the day, yeah, Lunar was it. And then Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. And the more I saw the remake, and I'm going to buy the remake, and I'm going to beat the remake, I'm going to enjoy the remake, the more I was like, I wish they'd have just remastered this. This mainly Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, more than anything than Soul Reaver. But cool, I get to buy the remaster and it looked good and I was excited about that. It wasn't like sized up or wasn't hyped, but I was like, all right, cool, Lunar, Legacy Kain Soul Reaver. And then they showed me the Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. Well, I'm a PlayStation Plus premium member, been a PlayStation Now member since its inception. I can factually prove this because in the PlayStation history where you buy stuff, I can go pretty much back since I've been buying stuff digitally. And I've been a PlayStation member since its inception, PlayStation Now member since its inception, and I was a beta tester for it. So I never stopped doing that, and I never did the whole hating on Game Pass thing. I do think Game Pass is part of the reason, like I said on 60 Frames No Lag, why Xbox is in the position it's in right now. You don't have to agree, that's fine. But I'm all about subscription service the way I think PlayStation does it the best. I think Nintendo's second, then I'll give Game Pass. But that's just my opinion. That doesn't mean Xbox is trash and Game Pass is trash. I just prefer Sony making it more of about like just a bunch of games coming, like you can wait a year and play it on there. I'm glad they upgraded and copied Xbox and Game Pass with some day and date games, some indie games, like where it's more prevalent and relevant and consistent. Comparable to where it was like, my bad. I think the only day and date game that came out before that was Virtual Fighter. So for those that don't know, Virtual Fighter, Sony has done day and date games on PlayStation Now. Virtual Fighter was the first try at that, but I don't want their first party games on there because if that brings down the quality or the payment, nah, that's cool. And then having the old school catalog. I don't mind Nintendo doing that. People go, oh, you paying for something you can own. Look, bro, we already here. Like, I just move with the ebb and flows. If I want to go back and buy an actual Nintendo box, I'll go back and buy the Nintendo box and get the games legitimately. If I want to get the ROMs, I'll get the ROMs. But if I want to pay for them digitally over and over and over again for monthly fee, I'll pay for the monthly fee. I don't care. Now, the remasters was cool. The Horizon $10 upgrade was okay. Like that, they don't get no points for that. But it was better than having to pay full price. I'm definitely getting that. That's my favorite first party PlayStation game. Also, I told you I was going to ramble. I told you I was going to ramble. Going back to my previous point of where my games lie, and I'm going to say this for quite some time till like my audience comes along, as my crew comes along, as we build it as Outlaws, so people understand where my mindset is when I'm speaking on things. 989 Studios was my favorite PlayStation studio. They had like Sony Interactive's 989 Sports and 989 Studio. Yes, that was like their whole little conglomerate. And they made all my favorite games from PlayStation 1 to the beginning of the PlayStation 2. They made all the sports games. So it was like Game Breaker. It was NFL Game Day. What was it? Final Four NCAA, which was the college basketball. There was like NFL, NCAA college football, um, basketball, baseball. I think they had a hockey game. They made Cool Borders. They made Jet Moto. They made Warhawk. I'm just naming the games that I can remember. Those are some of my favorite PlayStation games. And when I was younger in that age, we didn't care about if it was first party or not. I just knew the studios, though. You knew Capcom made Mega Man. Come on, man. I was a teen when this stuff was out. Actually, yeah, yeah. Like I was about to graduate high school when the PlayStation 1 was like, you know what I'm saying, coming about. So that was my favorite studio. So yes, I was a first party guy. Didn't even know it. Like I wouldn't even gonna lie to you. And they made Siphon. They helped with Siphon Filter and Twisted Metal 1 and 2. They didn't make them, but they helped with them. They were the studio that helped with it, and they get credit for helping. But I only like Twisted Metal 1 and 2. I've never played Siphon Filter. I'm not gonna front. Never played Ape Escape. I didn't play a lot of Sony first party games back then, factually. Medieval. I played Setcom. I played Mag. Legend of Dragoon. Like, you get it, right? So, Gran Turismo for sure. Every single one. Never miss one. Um, but like I said, the state of play, man, that joint. Like I said, I'm going to play Ghost of Tsushima. I showed you how I'm going to play it. It's going to be an up and down of emotions because the game's going to be phenomenal, but also it's going to be this. Them graphics is disappointing. If that's how it comes out, disappointed. I don't care. I told you Lunar. I told you the remasters of Soul Reaver, the availability of Legacy of Kain, and the only other game I was interested in, that I'm buying day one is Dynasty Warriors. I love Muso. I play Pirate Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, Fire, like all. I love Musos. I love when they put my favorite franchises in there. My favorite Muso is One Piece. This is the One Piece battle, Pirate Battle 4. That's my favorite one. Like I played all three, but 4 is the one. 4 is the one I platinum. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I love Musos. So I see Dynasty Warriors. This is some excitement, right? I was like, yo, it's gonna be crazy because you about to really have like 200 or 300 people on your side, 200 or 300 people on their side without a bunch of popping and people appearing out of nowhere. It's just gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's gonna be some popping. Yes, I understand that, but it won't be as evident as the older games. These games gonna feel like it's a legit war, and the sizing of the characters are like a lot more of that third person over the shoulder view that looks a little bit more prominent. It looks like the characters feel a little bigger. I don't know what they did with the camera angle to change that up. So that's exciting, but again, it's Dynasty Warriors. Like, come on, man. I'm not about to like lose my mind about Dynasty Warriors while I'm excited about the amount of people that can be on screen and the chaos that's going to be in it. I'm not losing my mind, right? So that was it. I don't care about no other game. VR did a really good job. I think all those games were exceptionally shown, and it's shown that VR is coming a long way. Them games are getting so much better. But, caveat, there was only one game that I might buy on my VR, and that was Hitman. Not because I even want to beat it, just because I can think of all the antics I can do in that game. That's what was like, I might pick that joint up just because I just want to be a donkey. Straight donkey. That's it. Everything else, good presentation on VR, but I wasn't interested. I don't like Metro. I don't care. Like again, Death Stranding 2 was going to be an amazing looking game, and I don't care. I'm going to care because I know that that's going to allow me to say, y'all shut the fuck up, and that we ain't at diminishing returns on graphics, and that they can get better and better, even on the original 5. But I'm not looking forward to playing it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see in December. Supposedly, I remember the analyst name that I follow more than and I trust more than anybody. His name is William something Aguilar. And he's an analyst, and he really does this, and he makes really, really well detailed pieces with the information given to him, and not with leakers and stuff, and he's typically right nail on the head or roundabout, really really close. So he says it's a show most likely in December just because financially and to the shareholders it makes sense. So I'm a hold. I mean, if he wrong, he wrong, but he's usually right, and then so I'm a hold to that. Not hold him to that, but just hold to that, and just hope that there's a show in December, one that like benefits me, that gives me Wolverine, shows me what Wolverine's working with, gameplay wise, shows me, I don't know, fair games. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm excited to see what fair games is about. I don't care what nobody's talking about. Like that shows me marathon excited. I'm super excited for that. I said that on 60 frames no lag. That Bungie thing started off with overpaying, sure, but that thing is gonna be like Ryan's crowning grace. That thing is going to pan out phenomenally because they're still one of the best studios at making the games that they make. Don't care. And they got some great concepts on some games that obviously Sony's separated for, and I think they're going to do a few of those games, but they're going to do them in a sense that makes sense and not all at one time. They're going to cast out the wide net, but focus on a certain point and get them taken out at different times. So at least you know that Bungie will be coming out with several new games over time. And I think they will be able to rebuild the power of their studio as Marathon. I think Marathon will be. I was wrong about Concord, so I can always be wrong. That doesn't bother me. But I'm right about a lot of stuff too, and you'll see that as you progressively watch my videos. So look, I'm just I don't say Bungie don't miss. Obviously they do. They missed in certain parts with Destiny 2 and stuff. So I think with Destiny 2, they're going to get back on the ball. That's going to be a good piece for Sony. And then they're going to have Marathon, which will be a hit. How big, I don't know. I'm not talking about like Fortnite, but a hit to where like people want to play it and it'll be around for some years and it'll be keep interest for sure. That Gummy Bears drink, I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure mobile, that's going to do well. And they'll be able to have more numbers so that they can start taking on another project. Since I'm pretty sure they got some great concepts and ideas now that they got the right people in the leadership. So that's about it, man. Like I didn't care about Hell in Us or whatever it was called. I didn't care about none of that stuff. That Arc Edge, that Arc game, that was a little interesting. But then I think I realized it was an MMO, and I was like, I don't care. That kind of, if it's an MMO, I'm less likely to care. And it piqued my interest a little bit just because I was like, if I could play this by myself, this drink looked kind of cool. Like, but then I started seeing people run around. So I feel like it's other people in the world, and it's like a very connected world game. And I'm not that pressed about that. Like I played a lot of Grand Blue by myself. I only did a few missions. I did a decent amount of missions with other people, but it was annoying having to wait to connect with somebody to go fight this. Like it was like, all right, that's why I like playing by myself. Because like things like Madden 2K is quick. Boom, boom, boom. You just in and out, in and out. You always got somebody to do whatever you're trying to do in those games. So yeah, man. Like I said, I didn't get anything I wanted. There was no RPGs, there was no sports, no fighters, there was no dope third person story based game that set the new bar that I want to play. You know what I'm saying? There was a dope third person adventure game that is just like at the like bare minimum above the bar. It was already set for the game, so that's disappointing. And look, I don't want to hear this before I get up out of here. I don't want to hear nothing. And I mean nothing about it's Sucker Punch. You and the PlayStation family, you got access to all them, all the other studios talk and share stuff. You need to get in that room. If your engine ain't up to par, then you should have got in there and got what anyone, Naughty Dog, Santa Monica, or Horizon, a Gorilla, and said, "Hey, let's help us, with our engine or whatever." I don't know, but that game better graphically better. Sucker Punch, I believe in you. You could do it. Take all the time you need. My point was to be excited, to have something to be excited for. You gave me that. As far as like I know it's gonna be a good game, but it didn't size me. Like I want something to be sized up about. So you can do it. You can get the graphics together. You know, step your game up. You did it. You did it from Infamous to Ghost. So step it up again. Catch up with the rest of the studios. Show them that you on right there with them. In graphic fidelity and gameplay. The gameplay gonna be straight. The animation's still clunky, but it's still gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's your boy, The Truth. I'm out.